Hey everybody, Flash here. Ubisoft has given us a very special treat on the technical testing servers. Lots of upcoming changes to Rainbow Six Siege. The footage in this video is a sneak peek at what we're going to see in the very near future. We have, of course, the new map, Tower. Tower is a skyscraper-like observation tower in South Korea. It's generally a very open map in most cases, but it's filled with a lot of tight hallways, extra rooms, and dozens of great hiding spots. Tower is going to be a ton of fun to learn and to play on. Just remember, check your corners and watch out above. Another thing that they've changed is pistols. They seem to have been completely reworked. What we're seeing on the technical testing servers is that you can actually, with iron sights on pistols, now see what you're shooting at when you're shooting at it. And there is literally no recoil anymore. It is just plain gone. So personally, I think that's going to have a huge impact on the way people use them. I believe we're going to see more spawn peaks and runouts with pistols, and potentially more shotguns in play as well, because the pistol is going to be a more effective secondary weapon. Take Jaeger, for example. In the TTS, the recoil on his 416 has been rather drastically increased. It had a lot of recoil to begin with, now there's more. It might be a good idea to start running Jaeger with the M870 for close range, and use the pistol for longer range engagements. So obviously everybody already knows about the new operators. Let's talk about their weapons and what they do in action. Dukebi is an attacker with either a Mark 14 EBR primary or a double-barrel shotgun that shoots slugs. The Mark 14 is a highly effective long-range DMR with virtually no recoil to it. However, I personally find it to be a little bit underpowered. I don't care much for having to shoot somebody 3 times with a 7.62. If anything, I think that I would like to see that weapon have a little bit of a damage increase, so that if you're shooting a 3-speed operator, then you can shoot them and down them or kill them in 2 shots. The double-barrel slug gun is absolutely brutal. The damage output on this weapon is enough to take out literally anyone at close range in 1 shot. And the hipfire spread is rather minimal as well, making it a lot easier to get quick shots out without having to take the time to ADS. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a lot of spawn peeking with this shotgun. Dukebi's special ability is twofold. Initially, she has the ability to call all defender cell phones, causing them to audibly vibrate. Why the defenders repeatedly bring the loudest vibrating phones in the world into combat, I don't know. Otherwise, if Dukebi gains access to a defender's phone, she is then able to hack into defender cameras. Then thereafter, all attackers can use those cameras. This ability, when put to use, is going to be a big game changer. We will probably start seeing a lot more of a couple of things. Defenders are going to shoot out their own cameras, and roamers will be working in pairs. Side note, the cams show white instead of red when they've been hacked. Our new attacking operator is Zofia, Ella's sister. She also has the same pistol with the red dot sight as Ella. That thing is fantastic. Her primary weapons are either an LMG with 150 rounds and readily manageable recoil, or an AK-style assault rifle that is flat out amazing. It is so good. I recommend that everybody tries using that weapon out first. Zofia's special ability is also twofold. She has a double-barrel launcher that can shoot either 2 impact-style grenades for soft breaches, or 4 concussion grenades that detonate in proximity to enemies or on a timer. The concussion grenades do also bounce around a little bit if they don't immediately detonate because of proximity to enemies. And otherwise, all of these grenades from the launcher can be fired in rapid succession. Another very unique trait about Zofia is that she can up herself twice per round when injured. Situationally, that could be incredibly useful. Altogether, she's a very solid operator, and I think that she's going to be a top pick for a very long time to come. Our new defender is Vigil. He sports a K1A SMG, or the same double-barrel slug gun that Dukebi uses as primaries. I have spent a couple of days using both weapons, and I believe that the K1A SMG will be a solid mainstay and probably the most picked weapon for this operator once the hype for the double barrel wears off. The fire rate is a little bit slow on his SMG for my preference, however it's a very easily controlled weapon. Vigil's special ability is interesting, to say the least. He can cloak himself from drones and cameras. The ability has a pretty lengthy use timer. It stays active for a long time, and a relatively short recharge timer as well. You could have this ability active for most of a round. There are definitely a couple of drawbacks though. One of them is that if you do literally anything other than move around, your device automatically deactivates itself. You go to place barbed wire, you go to shoot somebody, you reinforce a wall, it automatically deactivates. The other is that any drone within a certain range of Vigil will see this strange matrixy looking animation at the top and bottom of the screen that gives away his general location. All in all, it's a rather small price to pay for being literally invisible to drones and cameras. So, last but not least, 2 new secondary weapons have been introduced to the game. The infamous C75 machine pistol, and it is a monster of a weapon. I was really thoroughly impressed when I used it, and I'm going to use it all the time. I'm going to use it just because I want to get kills with it. It's going to be awesome. And our other new secondary that's come into play is the SMG-12. It is a great weapon. You can have 33 rounds, I believe, in one magazine. However, it does have a lot of recoil. If you try to shoot anything more than just short little 2 to 4 shot bursts, you're going to encounter some issues with accuracy. So just keep in mind, keep it tight, don't miss. Alright guys and gals, that is the basic rundown on everything that's happening on the TTS servers right now. We will have a couple of weeks to play things out and see what they may or may not change. In the meantime, have fun. See ya.